my name's Shelby. I'm from International Working Holidays based in Auckland. We're very lucky that the sun is now shining at the moment. So if anybody else is in Auckland, I hope everything is okay for you and everywhere else in the country as well. And I'm so excited to have Daya with me from the Montage Deer Valley, who's going to be able to give you guys a lot more insight about working at that beautiful property in Utah. So if you guys want to, you can put in your questions into the chat. Otherwise, at the end, if you want to raise your hand and actually like interact with us more, we would absolutely love for you to do that. So just give me 1 second. I had this presentation here before. Okay. Oh, you know what? It's because I put it on my phone and I got excited because I put it in the background because I finally learned how to use that TV behind me. But anyway, Daya is going to be here in New Zealand. So you're very lucky, Daya. Have you been to New Zealand before?
No, it's going to be my first time in New Zealand, and I'm really excited.
Oh,
my
cool.
coworkers are jealous too.
So we're taking you to like the most beautiful part of New Zealand first. So you're going to get to go to Queenstown. And it is honestly, if you talk to anybody that's been to New Zealand, 9 times out of 10, they would say that they went to Queenstown and how beautiful it is. So we're starting you off there. So if anybody's from Queenstown Resort College, we're coming to Queenstown Resort College first. And then we've got time in the afternoon to do some interviews. So that's going to be the 17th of February, I believe. And then on the 18th, which is going to be the Saturday, because I know a lot of people like obviously work on Friday or they're at university. Then we're going to have times available Saturday morning to do some interviews then. And then Day, obviously, we're going to take you around so you can actually see Queenstown. Then we're going to be coming up to Auckland and doing some interviews at our office, so probably in here. And then we're going to Hamilton. So if you can say in the chat where you're from, that would be amazing. And we can know if we're actually coming to your city. Otherwise, if we're not coming to your city, we're also going to have Zoom interviews available as well. So I will just quickly let this person in. Hello, welcome. Perfect. Let me just share that screen. Goodness gracious me. And there it is. All right, guys. So I'm gonna, what I'm gonna do first is introduce you to International Working Holidays and the actual visa program, because the two kind of work hand in hand together. So just to give you a bit of background, like I said, we're based in Auckland, New Zealand. We're a New Zealand organization, and what we do is organize the visa, your insurance, and get you all ready to go. So you can't actually travel to the US with a J1 visa without a sponsor. So we play quite an integral role there with organizing that. And then the other cool thing that we bring with this program is because this visa is only available to tertiary students and graduates, we understand you guys don't always have you know, savings behind you. A lot of you are working part-time while you're studying, which is awesome. But some of you have your own financial hardships as well. So when we work with an employer with this visa, we also get them to agree to a financial assistance program, which the Montage has agreed to do with our students as well, which is amazing. And we're just so lucky that they do offer this as well, because it is an amazing placement. And how that works is that with the costs of the visa program, the medical insurance and also the return flights, we can actually get the employer to prepay for, and then when you're there, it just comes out of your pay. So it just comes in like bankroll deductions. So you don't really see it. So you're basically just paying back like a loan, and you've still got enough money to pay for your accommodation, for your food and all of that. And then we'll get more into that later. But like I said, first, I just want to introduce you a bit more to the visa so you can actually understand, make sure that you are qualified for this visa. And if you were worried about, the upfront costs, then hopefully put your minds at ease that we do have options for you as well. Our mission here is to make this program available to everybody, not just the ones that can afford it. We think everybody needs to go get experience overseas. It's so valuable to you as an individual, and also it looks incredible on your CV. Having that experience coming back to New Zealand, it just sets you apart from anybody else. So this, in case you're not eligible for this visa, if you've joined on just for a bit of information, but like I said, I see a lot of these names and I know you guys are studying, like whether you're from Otago or you're from Waikato. I saw there's a few ICHM from Adelaide. So of course you guys are welcome to have Zoom interviews while Day is here. But we also do have these other options for you, because the main visa we'll talk about is the one that's just for New Zealand and Australians. But if you don't have one of those passports, there's also an internship visa available to you as well. And if you are currently in your studies, you're in the thick of it, you've got a whole other year next year, then we're also able to provide a 3-4 month visa with a maximum 4-month visa, but it's over that university break at the end of the year. That's what it's designed for, to actually facilitate you with a ability to have a work visa for the US. And so with that one, we can kind of look at some short-term winter jobs, but I know there's not that many of those short-term ones available. So just be aware of that. You do need to get in super quick if you're wanting to get one of those roles. So just to take you through the eligibility of the visa. Again, I know a lot of you guys already are eligible for it, but you do need to have, for the 12-month work and travel J1, New Zealand or Australian passport, and your studies need to be at least a year long, and you need to have completed at least 6 months of it to become eligible. Your window is going to close 12 months after you've graduated. I'm so sorry, I should have said at the start of this, maybe grab a pen and paper to write some of this stuff down. Otherwise, if you do forget things, it's totally okay. You can email me afterwards if you have any questions, or have a look on our website if you do need to check the eligibility requirements, because we're about to throw a lot of information at you, but yeah, we'll get to kind of more detail about the jobs at Montage too, because I know obviously that's what you guys are really excited to hear about. So I promise I'll be fast. So this is the different options that we have when it comes to this visa. So the special thing about this visa is you can actually arrive in the US and then find your own work. Again, not always super practical for university students, so that's where it is a good idea to do one of the arranged placements with us, like the Montage, that do have the financial assistance available. And it also provides you with a super easy transition into your life in the US, because everything from how you're going to get from the airport to Park City is organized, where you're going to live, how much you're going to earn, and all of that. So it really just takes all the stress out of it. But again, we talk to you as an individual and find out what option is going to work best for you. This is the 4-month visa I mentioned as well. This is available to all passports. And if you are planning on returning to doing studies in 2024, then this is a really good option for you to do if you don't want to take time off your studies. So this is just to fill in that time during the university break. Then we have the J1 internship or PRIX visa, and this is if you don't have a New Zealand or Australian passport. We're able to work with this visa with you. So if you're an international student and you're looking at this, then you can have a chat with us and we can see if this program will also work for you too. If all the visas I've just shown you for the US are not possible for you, we also do have ski resorts in Canada. This is open to a range of countries. And for New Zealand, it's just an age gap. So you don't need to be a student. It's just 18 to 35. And it's a 23-month visa. So this is also an option for people maybe after they've done the US and they fall in love with North America. But because they had a once-in-a-lifetime visa and they can't get it again, this is probably like a good option for you too. Then we also run Camp America for New Zealand. This one, there's no upper age limit. You don't need to be a student. So again, if you're wanting to get to North America and the US in particular, then this is also a really great option for you. So that's me done explaining the visa in a nutshell. So Dea, do you mind if I hand you the reins, and can you please explain to people more about working at the Montage? Let me also check the chat and see. We've got Keith from Hamilton. We've got Holly from Rotorua. Jamie wants to ask a question because it's 11 p.m. here. He won't be able to stay for the whole duration of this call. All right, Jamie, fire it up. Tell us, would you like to come on the camera and chat, or do you want to put them in the comments? Oh, here we go. Jamie is already on a J1 visa in the United States. He was hoping to do 6 months at his current employment and 6 months in another location. I'd like to know if there are any activities-based jobs which could potentially be starting around June, July. Dea, do you have any openings for activities in June, July?
We actually do have positions in the activities or recreation department. We want people actually to start at the end of May, May 30th or June 19th. So that would be perfect timing. So I can get started. So Jamie can see a little bit of the hotel and what we do. And if she wants to connect with you later on, then that would be great.
Amazing. I'm bringing up your presentation for you now. So we're going to turn into a well-oiled machine. We can practice, because when we do the presentations, when you come to New Zealand, Dea, I'm probably going to be your sidekick with the slides. So if you can come up with a signal you want for me to change them, and I will do that.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna get familiar with this presentation. Okay, so my name is Dea Olvera, and I am the Assistant Director of the People Department at Montage International in Park City, Utah. As I mentioned before, I'm really excited to present and for you to get to know a little bit more about Montage in Park City. It's a great location, and we are ready and excited and thrilled to welcome you all to work at Montage. So Montage Deer Valley, it's part of, or we are part of Montage International, which is a large company. And we also have, Montage hotels, which are mainly resorts, specifically located at unique locations like Park City, Utah, Hillsborough, California, Hawaii, Bahamas, Los Cabos, Mexico. So they are very mindful about the Montage locations because we want it to be breathtaking and unique, and it's a very specific signature of the company. As part of Montage International, we also have Pendry hotels, which are a little bit more business-like hotels. And they are located in cities, big cities like Manhattan. We also have one in Park City, and there are a few more coming up in the next couple of years. But it's what Montage International is. It's not only one location, but we are a really big company, and like I said, we keep growing. All right, so let's go to the next one. Perfect. Very important for us at Montage International are our values that we live up to every day, and we try to uphold on a daily basis. Those values are trust, integrity, respect, humility, passion, being gracious. These values are going to be taught to you during our new hire orientation. It's an instrumental part of our training. Nobody can start working with us until they go through this new hire orientation, which goes from 3 to 4 days. And we teach you and show you and educate you about our values, our company culture, what we do, where we're located, how the company started. And it's a very special moment, not only for new hires, but also for our leadership team, because we get to connect with every person that is hired in Montage. Okay, next slide. We have an international airport in Salt Lake City, which is located like 30 minutes away from Park City. Sadly, we do not have direct flights from New Zealand. However, we do have direct flights from San Francisco, California, and also Texas, where we can do the stops from New Zealand. And if you'd like to travel also across the country, that's easily it could be easily done from the Salt Lake City airport. Next slide. Perfect. It's been said that we have the greatest snow on earth in Utah, and that is very true. This year we have had a lot of snow, and it has been obviously very good for business and also for locals who enjoy skiing, snowboarding, and any type of snow activities. We were known by our snow. However, I believe that we have become more and more of a year-round resort. There's a lot of activities to do also during the summertime. Utah, it's a very outdoorsy state. So there's like hiking and biking, mountain biking, fishing, fly fishing, golfing during the summertime as well, and other activities in Park City. All right, next one. This is a picture of our pool. It's a beautiful view, and like I said, it captures also the summertime in Park City. It gets you get the sunny summer during the summertime, and you also get the snow, the great snow during the winter time. That white winter in Park City, Utah. Okay, next. All right, so I'm going to talk about the positions that we currently have available and that we're going to be hiring for. We have opportunities in the food and beverage department. We're going to be looking for specific positions. We currently have 7 outlets. Apex, which is our fine dining restaurant. B&B, which is more of, burgers and fries. Daily's Pub, it's a little bit more of a casual restaurant. Yama Sushi, which is our specialty sushi restaurant. Our in-room dining, that it's 24/7. Bus, which is our coffee shop. And we have a new outlet, which is Slopestream. It's a combination between a food truck and fine dining. So this is a very unique outlet that we have in Park City. We're the only one in Park City that has a food truck, and it's in our facility. It's fine dining, and like I said, it's very useful for the skiers because we are a ski in and out property, so they can just like go down the slope and then get a drink or get a burger, get some fries, and then go back to the skiing. So it's a new outlet, and we're really happy to start working with this new version, or this new outlet here at Park City. Next one. All right, so I am very lucky to work with these amazing chefs. Kevin, he is the head of the department. He's our executive chef. He has years of experience. Before Park City, he was working in Las Vegas, and he was overseeing 16 to 18 restaurants. So he has a lot of experience, and he's a great leader. And with him, we also have the rest of the culinary leadership team, which is in the next slide. We have our executive pastry chef, Jeremy, chef de cuisine Oscar, Edgar, our sushi chef, Yu Yamamoto, and Thomas Rucker. This is the leadership team in the culinary department. If you were to come and work in the food and beverage department, you're going to be working hand to hand with them, and they are amazing leaders. Next one. Okay, so the positions that we have in food and beverage, we have positions as server, server attendant, food runner, host or hostess, bartender, and barista. All these positions have a base salary, a base hourly wage, plus tips.
Do you mind? Sorry, Taya, because for New Zealand and Australia, like we're not super used to the tipping culture. So I find a lot of students, they'll look at the minimum pay if they see it's like $9. We don't really understand the concept of like how much you can actually earn with tips. So $9 normally freaks us out. So what would be like an average you could actually expect to earn if you were hired as a server?
It depends on the season. Because we have different business throughout the year. So when it comes to the summertime, we have more of a group focus. The tips are higher in some outlets like banquets, but during the winter time, which is our main season, we have it just goes throughout the whole resort in all the outlets. So I can tell you, for example, that a server during winter time can make up to 30 US dollars an hour with the tips included. They are very generous tips during the winter time. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit different in the summer because we have a different business mix. But it's usually the highest that we have seen. It's within $30, $35 for a server position during our busiest time in winter.
Cool. That sounds better than $9.
Oh yeah, definitely. The base rate in Utah is $7.25. However, we go higher for a server position. But like I said, tips are very generous in the US. So it might look like little money, but once that you get your tips, it's a completely different story.
Yeah, that's cool. That works out to be about 54, 55 New Zealand an hour. Okay, that's good. A lot more than I.
Yeah. So in the engineering department, we're also gonna, which actually I'm actually coming to New Zealand with our director of engineering. We are looking for technician 1 and 2, and it depends on the experience, but it goes from $25 to $26 an hour. Right. Next one. Perfect. In the rooms department, we have also some opportunities in the front desk as bill person, housekeeping coordinator, housekeeping floor supervisor, reservations agent, spa desk, and the children's activities attendant, which is the position that we were talking about in the recreation department. We have Compass, which is our recreation store, and we also have Paintbox, which is the children's program. It's an outlet where we have activities for kids, and we have, outside activities and inside activities to help and assist our kids or our guests with their kids and children. That position pays $18 an hour. Right. Next
Has anyone
one.
got any questions on the jobs? Feel free to put them in the chat. All right.
Perfect. So let's talk about the benefits to work in at Montage. We have career growth. There's a lot of opportunities. Like I said, we're growing, and there's a lot of opportunities to move from one hotel to another one. We work collectively between all properties, and we're all connected. I think that's the beauty of Montage. We are not like Marriott or Hilton, which it's a very large, or they are very large companies. This is a big company. However, we're still more of a family, so we all connect with each other. We all know each other, and like I said, there's opportunities to go to different locations as well. Colleagues that turn into family. Innovative, empowered work environment. We encourage all of our associates to be empowered and to make decisions. If they think that they can do something special for one of our guests, which is what we call wow moments. Giving them, I don't know, like a bottle of wine because it's their anniversary, or something for their kids. We do not have them go through the management or leaders to get it approved. If they think that it's a good idea, and if they think that it's going to be a positive impact in our our guests, then they are empowered to do so. And that's also one of the pillars of the company. Trust our associates that they're going to do the right thing. Experience working in a luxury environment. We at Montage Deer Valley are a 5-star, 5-diamond Forbes hotel. So we have really high standards when it comes to the service that we're delivering to our guests. And it's something that you're going to be obviously exposed to while working with us. Hands-on experience and work side by side with talented leadership. Understanding all of the resort operations. And just so you know, these two dogs that we have here, these are Monty and Murphy. They are our canine ambassadors. They come and work at the hotel every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. They have their mom and dad. For Monty, it's our sales manager, and for Murphy, the baby, it's our director of reservations. But they do showings every day at the different times, and they just take pictures with kids. They talk about they have them just like get them pet by the guests. But since they come and work with us, you can interact with them in the back of the house. And it's a really nice surprise to see them around, because you don't really get to see dogs in a hotel, you know. We're a very pet-friendly company, and having Monty and Murphy in the back of the house, it's a true joy. Next one.
That's so cute. I'm so sorry. Do you mind if I interrupt with a few questions? I've got, a couple of questions here from some of the participants. Is that okay?
Yes, definitely.
All right. So Holly's asked, are most of the jobs offered on a 12 and 6-month contract?
We are currently looking to hire for the 12-month visa. We might have some options for the 4th and 6th during the winter time.
Okay. So Fletch has also asked what jobs are offered for the 4-month student visa.
During winter time, we actually have a lot of openings. Recreation department, we have rooms, which includes front desk reservations, housekeeping, food and beverage, all the outlets and the same positions that I mentioned before. engineering as well. So it's mainly those 4 departments.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and someone else has asked if it's possible to, on the 12-month visa, just do a 6-month contract. Some of the students, I believe, are international as well. So if they're trying to get residency in New Zealand or Australia, they can't actually leave the country for more than 6 months. So they're kind of restrained by that. But we can only do, because with this visa, we can only do 12 months if they're not going during that end of year break. So is that possible for someone to do a 6-month contract, I'm guessing, during the winter?
Yes. We were pretty full for the summertime already, because we have already started the recruiting process. So we're not looking for people right now in the summertime. But we usually hire for the winter time from mid-November through April. So that would be the time frame for the winter season.
Cool. So Holly, Fletcher, and Margaret, hopefully Dad answered your question. Let us know if you need any more clarification. And Silla Lulele, I'm so sorry, has asked, are there any job opportunities specifically at entry level at Montage for human resources?
That's a real good question. Our human resources department is currently full. We might have some opportunities in the future. At the moment, we don't have any openings, but that's something that we can definitely keep in mind if there is an opening in the future.
Cool. Because yeah, we have as our resorts see how, like, I guess the ability that our visa has over like the New Zealand and the Australian one over other visas is we're able to move around and work in departments that other international J1s can't work in. So we do currently have students working in HR at other properties. So yeah, definitely let us know if you do get an HR role, because we've got some really amazing HR students from at the moment, most of them come from Wintec, but I know there's a few from AUT, Auckland, and Waikato as well. I'm so sorry if I missed your school there, but those, off the top of my head, that's where most of our HR students come from. Case, who I believe is from Wintec, has asked if there are jobs for civil engineer students.
Specifically, like doing civil engineering, I'm not quite positive. I think that would be a really good question for our director of engineering, and I can take that home, like as a homework, and then get back to you, Shelby, and let you know what we can offer. But we definitely have openings in the engineering department.
Keith, I might catch up with you after, if that's okay, just to see, because we've got some time in the morning when we come down to Hamilton. So it'd probably be good to come see your engineering department if we've got a director of engineering with us from the US. So it'd be cool to kind of introduce them to you and the other students, and then they can decide if, on the day, if they do want to have like a spontaneous interview, and you're obviously invited too. Campbell's asked, is there anything to do with working as a ski instructor or in the ski industry?
We don't have ski instructors per se. However, like I said, we are a ski in and out property. So we do help. We do have a lot of like ski tuner positions or activities attendant in the campus department. So during winter time, our campus store becomes a ski shop. It's completely ski. So not specifically instructing, but yes, helping in the ski shop.
Yeah, and I think, who was that? That's Campbell. I'm not sure if you're quite ready for this visa yet, because you'll need to go into tertiary education. So for you, you might actually want to look at Canada if you're thinking of doing something after high school, because for you to be able to work at one of these placements, you need to get like at least a year's worth of study underneath you, or at least 6 months underneath you, but be enrolled in at least 12 months. So there's lots of little fine prints. Okay, guys, do you mind if I'm so sorry? Do you want us to come back to questions, or do you want me to keep answering? We'll bring them out there.
Do we have many more?
I can see we got one, two.
Okay.
Two for now. And then I think if there's more questions after, just because I don't want to interrupt your flow too much. I saw there were questions based around the job. So I was like, maybe we'll bump in now. But I know what it's like when you're doing a presentation, and then we can kind of have more questions at the end if that's okay with everybody. So Jamie has said so he's currently in the US, and he's looking to leave his current employer and come to you in June, but his visa expires in December. So he's asked if there's anything available for 6 months over the summer fall season.
We might have, it depends on what position and department. It's
recreation, sorry.
Recreation. You know what? I'm also gonna look into that and let you know how it's our staffing for the summer in that department, and I can let you know.
Thank you. So we're putting you on the spot here a little bit.
Yes. You know what? Like we like I said, for the summer camp, we're currently trying to do the 12-month visa, but we can definitely look into see if there's anything just for the summertime. I just don't want to say yes or no before, like looking at the numbers and checking the staffing percentage that we are at.
Cool. And then the last question here for now, but guys, feel free to keep putting in your questions, and then we'll just come back to them at the end. Marikit asked if there's any IT jobs available as well. So we've also placed IT positions at some of our resorts.
Oh, great. IT, not specifically on IT. However, let me circle back with Wayne, our director of engineering, to see if there is any chance where they can rotate or shadow or be exposed to the IT as part of the engineering department.
Okay, cool. All righty. Oh, where's my lights? Here you go. I'm so sorry. I'll start you off with your slides again. But these were really good questions. So please do keep asking them. And yeah, we'll definitely open up the floor a bit more at the end if that's cool.
Perfect. Yeah, I love the questions. Those are good. I'm glad to hear and know that you're listening to us and you're interacting. So keep asking questions. Okay, so our events, we try and we do our best to expose you to the U.S. culture, and also to to do events and just like this type of activities for our associates. We work hard, but we also play hard. So we have a lot of benefits. We have associate discounts. That means that we offer discounted rates for our associates to go and stay at a Montage or a Pendry hotel. We have associate events. That is that guy that you see with the Santa hat. That's our general manager, Mr. Marioli. He is amazing. He's from France, and he loves engaging with our associates, as you can tell in that picture. We also offer a carpooling and bus riding incentive. I know that it's a little complicated for international students to have a car, so if they carpool, they also get into a raffle on a weekly basis. We offer competitive wages. We just recently raised all the rates throughout the resort back in October, just to stay relevant and to be the resort of choice for candidates. So we do constantly market analysis to make sure that we're offering a fair wage for all of our associates. We offer an end of season bonus. This is during the winter time after completing all your contract for the winter time. We offer a bonus for all of our hourly associates. We also have laundry and dry cleaning program. Most of the hourly positions are have uniforms that we provide with, and you also take advantage of the laundry. That means that you don't have to take the uniform home and get it ready and launder it. You just like take it off at the end of your shift, drop it off in the laundry department, and they're gonna have it ready for you the next day, which is really nice.
That's so handy.
I know. I wish I had a uniform because that would be really nice. um, we have learning, growth, and development opportunities. Like I said, we are a really fast-growing company, so there's a lot of chances to continue your career with Montage. And this is something that I know some of you are going to be very interested in. We have a ski and snowboard pass program, which it's a discounted rate, and it's a very good deal for all of our associates. We have 3 different ski resorts in Park City, Utah, that you can do ski or snowboard. And we actually currently have someone from New Zealand, James. He is doing amazing, and I know for a fact that he snowboard every morning and then comes to work afterwards. So it's something that a lot of people are interested in, because like I said, it's a really good deal, and it's really close, very close distance from the resort. So if you're a skier or a snowboarder, this is a good opportunity for you. Okay, next one. All right. We also offer housing for our international associates. We do first come first serve basis. So we try to assign people as they get hired, and the needs and necessities of each associate. But it's a very affordable housing. We have some housing in-house in the hotel, and we also have some off property. But we do our best to assign and secure housing for our international associates. It depends on the unit and the complex that you would be assigned to, but it goes from $300 to $500 a month. And like I said, it totally depends on the complex or the apartments that you're assigned to, which is also a really good deal. Perfect. Next one. Just like housing is an extension of our employment. That means that we also have guidelines and rules that will apply to the housing. But just like if we offer you housing at some point, just remember that you are an ambassador of Montage, and we carry those values from the hotel to our housing, to be respectful and mindful about our roommates and landlords. Next one. Okay, Arta's Cafe. So this is our associates cafeteria. We offer a complimentary meal per shift, which is also really nice. And it's, let me tell you, I have worked for other hotels, and the menu that we have in Arta's, it's really amazing. You have various options. It's usually a main dish and a side dish and soup, salad. And if you don't like what's served today for the day, then we also have the option of pizza. And we have drinks, and we try to have also yellow and desserts. So it's a really nice environment, and it's a really good meal that we provide at Montage. And like I said, you're entitled to one meal, a complimentary meal per shift. Next one. All right, so Park City. It's a very unique small town. It's really cute, and we actually have a free public transportation system in Park City. So wherever you want to go, you just have to download an application to your cell phone, and you would be able to commute within Park City for free. So that's a really good deal as well, and it's something that it's very convenient while staying in the city. We have different events. Oh, I'm sorry, and I think it's the next one, the next slide.
There you
Getting
go.
ahead. Perfect. Yes. Like I said, we are becoming more of a year-round destination. There's a lot during the summertime. There's a lot of concerts, outdoors concerts. There is like film shows, mountain biking, fishing, hiking, fly fishing, and then we have also what's called the Park Silly Market. And you can come and celebrate and just have a good time every Sunday during the summertime, and you can find food or little things that you can find at a market. It's open every Sunday, every Sunday during the summertime. There's a lot of activities during the summertime as well. Next one. And obviously the main season, it's the winter time. Not only because of the ski and the snow, but also like all the other snow activities that we have, snowshoeing, sleigh rides, ice skating, tubing. And we also are host of the Sundance Film Festival, which is a festival for different kind of movies that are debuted during January. It's like a mid-January, and it goes for about 2 weeks. So we have a lot of celebrities in Park City during that time, because they come and they watch these new films debuting during the Sundance Festival. Okay, next one. All right. And just I wanted to share this. Like I said, Jacob is coming from New Zealand, and we're really happy to have him as part of our reservations team. He shared this feedback regarding Montage, and I'd like to share it with you. He says Montage takes great care of us, starting from getting picked up from the airport to the Morris training, which is the new hire training that I was talking to you about. Learning about the company culture and what's expected when interacting with guests and other colleagues. The amazing banquets team also create a breakfast and lunch buffet to eat during our breaks. Montage also puts on staff events, most recently staff appreciation event, as well as Christmas events. You also have the opportunity to cuddle with Monty and Murphy, the two Bernese mountain dog mascots of the hotel. I get heaps of cuddle as I'm lucky enough to work with him. Murphy comes to work and he's in the reservations department. So Jacob gets to get with him every day. Overall, working at Montage Deer Valley has been a great experience. I look forward to seeing what happens this year. So that's a little bit of what Montage and the culture is about. We want to make sure that all of our associates feel welcomed and at home, especially being so far away from actual home. So I just wanted to make sure that you see this and that you can also listen and hear from colleagues from New Zealand. Next one. And that's all. We want you to enjoy. We want you to learn. We want you to go back home with new skills and new learning. So we want you to give us the opportunity to come and work for us. I really think it's a great opportunity that you can come for a whole year, so you can really embrace the job and the culture in the U.S. But that's all. Thank you so much.
Cool. There's some more questions for you, Dea. And I want to quickly tell you as well. So we're taking you to Queenstown first. So you're actually going to Queenstown Resort College, where Jacob came from. So definitely tell him that that's where you're going, and you're going to meet his teachers. So he'll be pretty excited, I guess. So Sam has asked, going back to Otto's, so the catering for staff, just wanting to confirm if it caters to dietary requirements as well.
We do not. We have. I mean, ours has the menu for the day. However, I mean that's something that we can definitely look into. But it's a meal that is going to be well most suitable for the majority of the associates. But like I said, there's options. If you cannot eat specific meal, we also have like the soup, or we have the salad, or we have the pizza. So there are some options that you can also that we can also offer.
Okay, cool. So if someone's like vegetarian, they're not gonna starve.
Yeah, there's going to be salad and lettuce and tomato and eggs.
Cool. Markets also asked if housing is not necessarily guaranteed. And I guess off the bat of that, because my understanding as well is that when this, from what you said before, it's when they're signing the contract, they find out if they've got housing or not.
Yes, like I said, we try and we do our best to secure housing for all of our international workers. It's a little complicated because we don't really have enough beds to cover everyone. However, we look at the numbers and we look at like the length of the time that the associate is going to spend with us, and we go like that to assign housing. It's not guaranteed. However, like I said, we do our best to assign something for you. And if we don't have more of our own housing, then we'll help you to find other housing around in the city. We share with you groups in places that we know that might have some housing available.
Okay, cool. So at what point, I guess, just to double check for them, do they find out that they've got the housing or not?
Once that we have final numbers on how many people we're hiring here, then we can give you a more general idea of how many spots we're going to have available.
Okay, so they'll know before they leave.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
But hopefully before they leave, like I said, we will do our best to make sure that they know and that they have housing before they leave.
Okay, cool. Just so no one gets any surprises. It's like, hey, you don't have housing. Good luck. But
yeah,
like, obviously, you don't just say good luck. You help them find somewhere if they don't get in for the housing.
Yeah.
But I think that will probably be the main thing people are looking for, knowing what the housing situation is before they leave New Zealand.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, and I like Lizzie's question because this is a question I would ask too if I was in her shoes looking at this. Is the 12-month work and holiday visa available to provide programs with other Montage locations, or perhaps network or provide a contact to other resort destinations to inquire about other potential positions available?
Yes. I don't know how so does the 12-month visa can get extended? Can they get like an extension on that one? Okay. That would be something.
There's one loophole, and so we've got if the participant is leaving before the graduation date, then once they return to New Zealand, they're able to apply again as long as they're still eligible for the visa. So they can actually get this visa more than once as long as they're still eligible for it, because there's no 2-year stand down period for it. So they can go back to back. Just depends. Yeah.
Okay. We'd like you to be at Montage Deer Valley for a full year, and we can definitely, like I said before, we can definitely get you in contact with the other Montage locations throughout the country, so they can consider applications, and we all obviously refer our associates that want to go and apply for jobs at a different property, so they can consider that, and they can also like give you the availability and the opportunities that they might have. Not all of the Montage locations have international workers, just because they have more of a local workforce, like in California. But I know for a fact that Big Sky in Montana, Palmetto Bluff, they also hire international workers, and we work hand to hand with them, and we rotate some people from time to time. So there is a possibility, yes.
That's cool. Okay, and Market has asked, I'm also curious to know what sort of working hours there would be at Montage and what days off.
The working hours depend on the department, and the position. Like housekeeping coordinators, for example, they work 8 to 5, and for server positions, it could be, depending on the outlet, it could be like for breakfast or for lunch or for dinner. It totally depends, once that you're assigned to a position, what's going to be the schedule or the shift, and also the days off. It changes depending on the department.
And just to clarify with the visa, so you guys know, it's a minimum of 32 hours a week, but you can apply for more hours if you want, and you can also work across different departments too. So say you had a job that was more like a 9 to 5, and you wanted to pick up some evening work as a server, then that, if you talk to that department, is that true for Montage? I don't want to take words out of your mouth, but that was my understanding. Yeah.
Yes,
Most
it is.
people love that. We should do that. Yeah.
We just want both managers of each department to be aware and to approve. But yeah, if you want to pick up some extra hours, then you can definitely, we call it dual code, so you can get dual coded on a second position.
Cool. And in the US, this is something you guys have that we don't have as well, which we're very jealous about, that if you work over 40 hours, you get time and a half.
Yes.
Yeah.
After working 40 hours in Utah a week, then you get overtime, which is time and a half. Yes.
Amazing.
Of your base. Mm-hmm.
And then Henry's asked, this might be a Shelby question, sorry, Dea. If I finish university in November, would you have 12-month jobs offered from then, or would you have to wait till the winter season? That is coming onto the winter season. Is that right, Dea? When does your winter season start?
We start mid-November. Yes.
Yeah.
Ideally, we want people to start in June, so they can stay for the whole year, from June to through April, because during our shoulder season, which is the end of the winter season and the beginning of the summer, we usually close the hotel for 1 or 2 weeks, depending on the renovations that we're going to do or the work that we're going to do in the hotel. So ideally, we want them to start in June so they can work through the summer and winter season, like for the full year.
Cool. So Henry, for your university dates, that does still work if you were to wait till June, because your window will expire from your graduation date. So if you're finishing uni in November, your graduation might not be until later, and then it's from 12 months from that graduation date that your window sort of starts. Once you activate your visa, you're still going to have a full 12 months to be able to work. You also have 30 days before to be able to enter and 30 days after. You can't work during those 30 days, but you can travel. So a lot of people do utilize the travel time, especially at the end. And that's what we issue you with, is 13 months worth of medical insurance, which is based on you using the 30 days at the end. But if you do want to use the one before, you just let us know. And then we've got a question from Taylor Dale. Dale, I've met Taylor. She's amazing. I think you would really, really like her. She asked if there are any opportunities in the reservations team or front desk beginning in the US spring/summer.
Yes, yes, we do. We have positions in as a front desk agent or reservations agent. So, which is actually what Jacob is doing. He's in the reservations team. So, yes, we do.
Cool, amazing. That's all the questions we have. We've got a lot of people saying thank you, so appreciate you guys for also taking your evening out to meet with us. If there's any other questions, feel free to. I'm going to put my email here. Hopefully you guys already have it, because I know I've been in contact with lots of you. I've met some of you. We've interviewed you. You've already got your visas underway. So it's really cool to see like a big mix. There's also people there who I think are completely new that we haven't totally met yet. So welcome, and hopefully you decide to utilize this visa. This is, yeah, an amazing option for you. Like I said, we've got Daya coming all the way over to New Zealand for her first time. So let's give her a good impression and absolutely blow her away with how amazing you guys are, because we are really proud to send Kiwis over to the US to represent us, and for you guys to also get that experience at amazing employers. So we love being in the middle of it, just bringing the students and the employers together. It's great.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like Shelby mentioned, I'm gonna be there from February 17th through the 22nd. So I'm really excited, and I hope to see you face to face during those dates.
Cool, thank you. All right, we'll let you go to bed. Thanks, everybody.
Going to bed. Thank you so much.
See you.